Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at the video that was secretly recorded by Amber Heard while Johnny was having a particularly bad day. The video was leaked to the public by TMZ. I actually only watched this video for the first time a few days ago while I was researching content for my upcoming video on Amber Heard and all of the allegations stated in her declaration. Now, TMZ claimed that they were told that the video was filmed months before Amber and Johnny's divorce in May of 2016. However, as far as I'm aware, this has never been corroborated and the exact date hasn't been determined yet. I mentioned this because in the comment section of the video on TMZ's YouTube channel, a lot of Johnny's supporters claimed that this was around the time that his mother passed away, and that was a major factor that contributed to his bad mood that we can see in the video. It is very clear that Amber is secretly recording this video, so Johnny had no idea. Okay, let's break it down real quick. So first, let's focus on why I think that this video actually shines a bad light on Amber. Firstly, the fact that she strategically hid the camera and kept re-angling it to make sure that Johnny was always in frame shows how all that she was really concerned about at the time was making sure that Johnny was in the frame at all times, as opposed to being concerned for her own safety. Most victims of abuse who have been bashed and slammed against countertops and cut with glass and had their hair ripped off wouldn't be calmly and secretly readjusting the camera every few seconds. They would be scared out of their mind that their abuser, who was clearly in a very foul mood, was about to bash their heads in again. It wouldn't matter in the mind of a true victim that the angle of the camera was perfect at all times. Her voice was also noticeably different to the voice that we hear her use in interviews and in movies. Her voice isn't exactly airy and soft. It has quite a deep timbre to it, and it's a strong voice. In the video, it's incredibly soft and airy, and I don't know if you agree, but to me, it just immediately came across as put on. In an attempt to portray herself as the abused, helpless, and weak victim who suffered at the hands of this angry, drunk man that we see in the recording. Now to Johnny's behavior. Clearly, he was angry, and clearly he was upset. However, until he discovers the camera, he doesn't go anywhere near Amber. He doesn't lay a finger on her. All he does is take his anger out, or whatever negative emotions he was feeling at the time, on the kitchen cabinets. In my opinion, you really get a glimpse of how harmless Johnny is, even when he is very angry, when he asks Amber if she wants to see crazy, and proceeds to pour himself a full glass of red wine. That is crazy in Johnny's mind. An abusive person would smash that glass, smash the wine bottle, and even abuse their victim. As for the way he reacted when he discovered the recording, he was understandably upset that his own wife was secretly taping him while he was in a very vulnerable and upset condition. And most importantly, in the privacy of his own home. At least one can assume that they were home. Anyone would be upset at that, and anyone would grab the camera and try to stop the recording. Now, of course, a lot of Amber supporters might say, well, he probably beat her up after that. We have no proof of that. In fact, Amber doesn't even use this video as supporting evidence in her declaration. The final point I want to brush on in this video is the invasion of privacy that a lot of fans seem to think took place. Now, I am not an American lawyer. I don't practice the law in the States. I did not study the law in the States, and therefore I'm not very knowledgeable about the law in that jurisdiction, specifically in the jurisdiction of California. However, I did quickly look up the law that is applicable in the state of California, assuming again that they were in Los Angeles when this happened. Now, the state of California has a two-party consent law, which means that if a private conversation is being recorded, both parties participating in that conversation must be made aware of the fact that it is being recorded. this law applies to confidential communications, which is defined by the law as conversations in which one of the parties has an objectively reasonable expectation that no one is listening in or overhearing the conversation. The California Appellate Court has also ruled that this statute applies to the use of hidden video cameras to record conversations as well. So again, because I'm not a practicing lawyer in the States, I am not 100% sure. I'm just using my knowledge to read and interpret the law. But from what I've read and interpreted, it seems as though Amber is in breach of Section 632 of the California Penal Code because she recorded Johnny in the privacy of his own home in what one would reasonably assume was a confidential conversation that he did not anticipate would be leaked to the public. Because of his lack of awareness and therefore consent, it is very arguable that Section 632 was breached. And not only is that a breach of the criminal code, someone in Johnny's position could also potentially file a civil claim or a civil lawsuit for breach of privacy. As far as I know, apart from the defamation case, Johnny is not pursuing a separate lawsuit for invasion of privacy. I don't know what the reason is. Again, I could be wrong. This could not be a breach, although I really don't understand how it's not. And maybe, this is what I suspect, his legal team thinks that it would be difficult to prove that Amber was the one who leaked it, or maybe there is a low chance of success and that the costs of bringing a lawsuit against Amber may outweigh any damages that Johnny might receive. And I also don't know why criminal proceedings haven't been brought for breach of the penal code. I just thought I'd mention that it's a potential cause of action, but not a definite one. If there are any lawyers practicing in the state of California, I would love to know what you think about this actually. All right, that's it for this video. I was actually going to include it in the upcoming video that I have in which I attempt to rebut Amber's allegations of domestic abuse against Johnny. I'm still working on that one. Hang on tight. I want to do it justice. I don't want to rush it, which is why I made this video in the meantime to kind of break up the waiting period until that video is up and ready. Let me know what you think about the video and how you have perceived Amber and Johnny's behavior. Do you agree that she was being manipulative and deceptive? Do you think that this video proves that Johnny was an abuser in any way? And do you think that it was a breach of Johnny's privacy? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in a future video.